I'm one of the school counselors at Hampton Primary. I wanted to take a few moments to share some tips with all of our great parents out there. One of the questions that I normally get asked is how parents can help students over breaks, especially thinking about summer break coming up. One of the things parents can do is to read with their child. You can read 15, 20 minutes a day. If your child is able to read to you, that's great. If they're not reading yet, you can always read to them. Another thing that you can do is you can have your child work on their letters and their numbers and sight words. If your child is working on learning letters and sounds, you can make quick flashcards using index cards and review those letters and sounds that your child is working on. If your child has already successfully learned all their letters and sounds and they're working towards some sight words, you can do flashcards same way. Use some index cards, do some flashcards, and work on those. The main thing is to make it fun. Don't spend a lot of time on it because you don't want your child to think they're spending their whole break doing schoolwork. We want it to be fun. So again, 15, 20 minutes of reading, maybe 10 minutes of sight words throughout the week, just some different things you can do. You can do the same thing with numbers and with addition and subtraction facts that your child is learning. So basically, if you work just a little bit each day to keep the skills fresh over a break, when they return to school, they will not have lost their skills and they'll be able to pick back up where they were. So that's one tip that we have for you today. Another tip that I had for your parents today is that I wanted to talk just a little bit, take just a few minutes to talk about problem solving because our students are getting ready to be on break, and sometimes with the friends in the neighborhood they have some issues. A lot of times children will say, oh, I'm being bullied, or this is a problem with my friend, or they're not my friend anymore. A great thing that you can do, we talk about this at school all the time, is that they can be problem solvers. What's the problem? How can they solve that problem with their friend? A lot of times they think they're being bullied because a friend is being mean to them. We always tell the children, you can tell that friend to stop, you can walk away from that friend, or they can use their words and say, I don't like it when you treat me that way. The definition of bullying is when someone is actually using their power against someone in a repeated situation, so it's not just a one-time thing. So that's something to think about. If you feel like your child is being bullied, then absolutely step in. If it's over the break, as a parent, you work with it. If you feel your child is having a problem in a school situation, whether it's here with us or at another school, please contact the administration, contact the counselors, let them know what's going on so that we are able to help your child. So that's one other tip. Final tip, as we're thinking about coming up with summer, I know some parents have some deployments coming up or either already deployed. A lot of parents will say, how can I help my child during the deployment? Probably the best thing to do is to keep everything as normal as possible. Continue to follow those routines. If your child is used to having dinner at 6 o'clock, try to have dinner at 6 o'clock. Try to keep everything as normal as possible. If the parent that's at home, mom or dad is back here at home with the child, the better you handle that deployment and that you are keeping your routine normal, the more things will seem normal to them. So that's the big thing for deployments, or really for any type of transition. So if you keep things normal for them as much as possible, and sometimes that's hard, they will sort of see that, oh, everything is okay. Of course, if you think your child is having a problem with a deployment or with any other issue and school is in, of course, let us know. School counselors are always here to help you, and if you need something, just let us know. Trying to think of any other tips or any other questions that parents normally ask school counselors. Of course, they talk about behavior, how to encourage their child to behave, things like that. For tips with behavior over the summer, again, just routines. Keep things routine, sort of let them know what to expect, what your expectations are, and that even though they're maybe on a break, that the same rules are applying, those types of things. As always, as we look at going into summer, I always want to give just a big shout out about summer safety. Talk to your children about being safe this summer, especially as you're going out to the pools, even with what we call the stranger danger, that you don't talk to strangers. If someone approaches you, you get away from them. So just start thinking about safety and those types of things. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to give me a call here at Hampton. I am here full-time. Miss Shauna Van Sciver is our part-time counselor. If you have any questions, give us a call. Hope everyone has a great summer, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thanks. Bye.